Hmm. We got to compete with more passion. Wrestling's too tough a sport to go out there and kind of go through the motions a little bit. And I'll put that on me. I'll put that on me as coach. I got to have our guys more ready. In our training, I got to have guys sharp. We just looked dull yesterday. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. And when that happens, you got to make some adjustments in your training. And you got to have a short memory sometimes for the bad. And yesterday wasn't a very good performance. So, we told our guys when they got off the plane, they leave it behind, and we move forward. And that's what we have to do. We got to look forward to Oklahoma. And the great thing about when you're a competitor, and if you're a real competitor, you're gonna sack up a little bit, and you're gonna figure out how to right the ship, and not kind of go the other way. So we challenge our guys to make sure that we take this in the right way, that it's a response for the good. It's a response that we're not going to hang our head, because it's one meet. It's one meet, but it is a big meet, and it's got to burn, and it burns me. I tell you what, I don't feel very good right now. Don't feel very good right now about how we performed, how we fought, and those are things that we can control. So we have to fight and hustle and battle more to a man. And that's where we're at right now. But we have to get ready for Oklahoma. It's a big meet, and our guys have to be ready and be excited to compete. And we'll make some adjustments in our training. We trained hard the last 2 weeks, and I'm not going to make excuses, though. I mean, I heard some people, well, the elevation there's no elevation, doesn't matter. If you're in shape, you're in shape. On sea level, any level, if you're in shape, you're in shape. That has nothing to do with it. So there's no excuses with our performance. We move forward, and we get ready for Oklahoma. Like I said, we're going to honor Bill Smith, legend in wrestling, in UNI wrestling, gold medalist. Those are pretty rare, and I think we have one in UNI's history, and it's him. So I know we're going to honor him. So if you get a chance to come out and honor him and support our team, because things can change like that. You see it in competition all the time. You see teams 1 week get their tail kicked, and next week they go kick the tail of somebody maybe they're not supposed to. So that's our plan with our team, and that's how we move forward. The thing is, we got some guys who are wrestling pretty well right now. Joey Laser, he's right now, if I look at any guy on our team, he's our example for our team right now, about how he's competing, how he's hustling, how he's got a little meanness and toughness in him. I was worried on Friday night, he was putting the guy down so hard that he was going to get penalized for it. But I like that. I like that he's got a little bit of grit to him. And we got to have more guys that have that grit when they step out there. They got to be a little bit meaner when they step out there. The hair in the back of their necks got to stand up when they see one of their teammates, and they got a guy, their opponent is running their teammate out of bounds and spiking them, and then they're running back to center. If I'm that guy on the edge, and I know I do this when I'm the coach, I want to go out there and I want to grab that guy, and I want to have my turn with him. But our guys need to do that when they step out there. They need to feel that way when they see their teammate, something's happening to them, or when it's happening to themselves. There's got to be a response. He's wrestling really well right now. So there are some bright things. I think we had 5 guys win both matches. So there are some bright things. It's not where are we going from here? Where we're going from here is we got to get better, and we got to have a response on Friday night, and we need to come out firing and excited to compete, and I know our guys will. I'm sure some people are probably like, well, what are you doing to them today? You're probably just going to run them into the ground. Actually the opposite. They got today off. You know why? Because they need to think about this a little bit. They need to evaluate, and we need to get back to work, and we'll get back to work tomorrow. And sometimes you got to do that. When you grind them in the ground, and maybe 2 years ago I would have done that. But you got to make some adjustments as a coach, and our guys got to be fresh and excited and ready to wrestle. And I know they will be on Friday night, and we hope that there's a large crowd, packed to the gills in the West Gym. But I'm not going to get into any more specifics. Any questions?
What do you know about this Oklahoma team that's going to come in?
I know they got a pretty good 41-pounder, number 1 guy in the country. They're pretty solid throughout. 33's ranked fairly high. Both 49, 57 are ranked pretty high. They're 2 brothers that are really good on top. 65's ranked highly. 74, 84, they are probably a couple of their lesser guys. 97's a young guy, and then heavyweight's a 97-pounder that was a heavyweight. So there's some opportunities there where we can really move ourselves up in rankings, you know, and a guy like Monet needs to do that. A guy like Bart Ryder, we need to see where he's at against a guy that is ranked highly. You know, Laser's got, I can't think of a better opportunity than have the best guy in the country coming in, and he's wrestling really well right now. He feels good about where he's at, and he's going to have an opportunity to you know, to take him out. And he's got to be thinking like that, and he is. They're a good team. But when we have opportunities to get bonus points, and we're going to have some opportunities, there's some weight classes where we can get some bonus points, we have to get those. And they'll toss-up matches, and this is where I think this weekend you look at tight matches and tough matches and nip and tuck matches and ones that can go either way. Those are the ones you have to win. Those are the ones that make a difference when you get to the national tournament. Those are the ones that make a difference in a tight dual meet. And we didn't win those the other day. We have to win those on Friday. We have to win those tight matches, those situations where it can go either way. We have to make it go our way. And a lot of that has to be energy, enthusiasm, and in front of a big home crowd, I can't think that we wouldn't have energy and enthusiasm. Maybe I need to have a little bit more energy and enthusiasm. I don't know. Rub off on them just a little bit more. But they're a good team, and we look forward to the opportunity to have them compete in the West Gym.
Did David Monet just have a bad match yesterday?
He got caught in a position. If you saw the match, you know, it was 1-0 going in the third period. He got reversed, and then the guy got a spladle on him, which is it's a very uncomfortable position. And the guy gets your legs and he has them split, and he was cranking on him pretty hard. And the thing about that situation was, I mean, he's kind of screaming there. I mean, he's basically you're tearing things apart. And he's screaming there, and the referee didn't want to call it, and he held it there for, you know, a minute 20, and then he finally broke it. I wasn't very happy about that, but you know, so yeah, he had a bad match, but he really got caught in one position. One position was the match, and a lot of times that's enough. But when you give up 4 points in that position, and the guy got to go down, and then he got escape, and you know, ended up giving up a reversal, you know, for a major decision there. But yeah, it's a bad match, but. We got to get the ship right because he's got a good guy coming in on Friday, but I guarantee he'll be ready to wrestle.
Are you going to stick with the plan at 125?
Yeah, why wouldn't we? Because of yesterday?
Just switching things up at all? Have you found your guy?
He is our guy. I'm not bringing Peters out of red shirt, so he's our guy. You know, his situation yesterday where he's having his way with a guy. You know, we got to wrestle through a whole match though, and he didn't wrestle a whole match. If he wrestles a whole match, he probably ends up with a major or more against that guy. But we got to wrestle whole matches. Now he's making a big sacrifice for our team, but he's got his weight under control. He's doing a good job with it. I think sometimes he's keeping it a little too low, and sometimes that can have an effect on you. So, you know, we got to tinker with that a little bit, but he's going to be all right at that weight class. He's long, and I know people are like, well, he's cutting a ton of weight, but he's done it right though. It's not like he just dropped the weight last week. He's done it right over the last couple months, and he'll be stronger every time out. But this is the first weekend that he's weighed in, you know, 2 times in a row too. But we got to fight through. Holy cow, got to fight through all those positions. Any other questions? Friday night, those 7 o'clock West Gym. We look forward to having you there, having you loud, get behind our guys, and come honor Bill Smith. So we appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you on Friday. Thank you.